Once you have a firefighter in your family and the family from his crew become a big extended family.
Paw Paw's fire chief fighting back tears while delivering the eulogy to his beloved lieutenant, Ethan Quillen. It's been an extremely emotional week for the Paw Paw Fire Department. Hundreds of first responders from all over the state showing up at Ethan Quillen's funeral today. And it was to help shoulder the grief those firefighters are feeling. The Chief Jim DeGroff telling us they're finding comfort that Lieutenant Quillen was in their lives, even if that time was far too short.
We'll always have a scar in our soul, an open wound that will never heal. But we can fill the wound with memories of love, friendship, comfort, knowing he died doing what he loved.
Lieutenant Quillen is survived by his wife Katie and their 3-year-old girl named Logan. News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher takes us to a day filled with stories and tributes.
Hundreds line the streets of Paw Paw alongside fire trucks, EMS, military personnel, and law enforcement from across the state, all to honor one man, 28-year-old Ethan Quillen, a loving father, Marine, and devoted volunteer Paw Paw firefighter.
He sacrificed his life for us, protecting us, and all the firefighters and the EMTs and the policemen do so much for us, and it was the least I could do to give back a few minutes of my time.
Quillen died while serving his community during last week's ice storm. Michigan State Police say Quillen was at a scene when a tree broke, snapped a power line, which electrocuted him.
He left his dinner table. 20-minute call, right? Go there, get it done, go home, back to your family, eat your dinner. We do it hundreds of times a year. He didn't make it home.
Quillen's funeral held today at Paw Paw High School.
Today's going to be good for the family, the fire department, and everybody involved to get a little bit of closure.
Law enforcement and firefighters overlooking the fallen lieutenant's casket, saying one last farewell. Quillen's cousin thankful for the lessons Ethan taught him over the years.
I've always looked up to Ethan. For the longest time, I wanted to follow in his footsteps.
Paw Paw Fire Chief Jim DeGroff, emotional, reading his eulogy.
The sorrow that we feel when we lose a loved one is a price we pay to have them in our lives.
An honor ceremony followed the service. Overwhelming support from the community uplifting Quillen's legacy. The fire department feeling this outpouring compassion since he passed. Flowers, photos, memorabilia, notes. This handmade firefighter lined the inside of the fire department out of respect for the fallen hero.
And when you look on the back, it's exactly how our back is.
DeGroff says Quillen lit up a room when he walked in.
He always had the smile. He always was happy with life. Got along with everyone. We'll never replace him.
The fire department is made up entirely of volunteers. Quillen driving this truck for over 2 years, putting his life on the line for his community every day, dying a hero. Not one of Paw Paw's 40 volunteer firefighters gets paid a penny.
That speaks volumes about their heart, their public service.
The tradition held strong for the department since 1868.
Didn't do it for money, he didn't do it for fame, he did it because he loved the community.
DeGroff not having to think twice about promoting Quillen to lieutenant on Fire Engine 1201 back in October.
His last words when he did that day was, "I won't let you down, Chief." And that thought never crossed my mind. But now I'm not going to let him down and his family down.
A wife and 3-year-old little girl.
He was so proud of that baby. He would bring that baby into the station all the time, and that was his pride.
DeGroff bonding with him over fatherhood and sharing some advice.
Your daddy now, but when I would warn him, Ethan, when she turns 18, your brain's going to fall out of your head.
But even though she lost him,
she did gain 38 dads and 2 mothers.
Lieutenant Quillen earning all of their respect through his dedication to others. DeGroff says Quillen was the kind of leader everyone strives to be like.
There's no doubt in my mind that someday I would have been working for Ethan as he would be a chief.
In the last few years, I've watched him become an amazing husband, an even greater father. No way, I took some notes, so one day I'll be good. He lived a life of great integrity, always helping people out, always serving others without any benefit of his own. He was the best friend, cousin, son, grandson, husband, and father to his family and to his friends. He leaves behind a powerful legacy and some fairly large cowboy boots to fill.
We decided to pour candles for Ethan's cause. We basically only have 50 left. It has been a phenomenal outpouring of support. This unfortunately is a limited run because I only had 200 of the vessels to do this with. As a mother of a first responder, I know the sacrifices they make, and Paw Paw being a volunteer fire department even breaks my heart more because this was not his day-to-day job, but after speaking to his parents, he always wanted, from what I understand, to serve. And so this definitely was in his DNA, but it just is tearing this community apart because we are a tight-knit community. It's a small town.